Check out my new channel Ambient Caliber for all kind of ambient and other music mixes. Perfect for an example studying, relaxation or meditation. Click the link in the video description to listen right away. And as always, Windows 10 and 11 retail keys are still $12.50 only. Check the link in the video description if you would like to purchase one. Hello and welcome to the first part of the 11 years of Skyrim Ultimate Graphics Mod Edition, this time for virtual reality. Because in my opinion, this is the most special version you can play after even after playing 10 years or 11 years this time of Skyrim on your flat screen monitor, I should say like this. In VR, this really makes all the difference. So I've done the same version, the 11 years of Skyrim Ultimate Graphics mod pack with Wabbajack, which we're going to use as well for VR. So an all-in-one auto installer for the regular Skyrim Anniversary Edition Special Edition. So if you would like to check that out, I have a link on my mod page as well. But this time for VR, that included specific VR mods, specific VR interaction mods with the world, framework stuff, all those kind of mods. But more importantly, most of all the graphic mods we're using in regular Skyrim works in VR. So that's super cool that we have all these really high-end, high-resolution texture mods, and they work very well in VR. So also here, we are going to use a Wabbajack auto installer, and I'm going to explain that in the next video how to use that. But this video only is for introduction, what you can expect, and we will go together to the Nexus mods page to have a little bit of an idea what we're going to install and what you can expect of this big all-in-one mod list. So without further ado, I would say let's jump into the Nexus mod page for this Ultimate VR guide. So welcome on the mod page from Nexus Mods. It is pretty similar to the non-virtual reality version. So if you just have Skyrim Special Edition or Skyrim Anniversary Edition, I also have a guide here for the non-VR version, which is really, I think, looks really great. I think one of the better Skyrims nowadays when it comes to graphics, but that's up to you to decide. Here you will have screenshots, videos, and then if you have just Skyrim Anniversary Edition or Special Edition, you can follow that guide as well. But more important, the VR version. Let's quickly go through this Nexus page. Here you'll have a little bit of an idea of screenshots, but also, and in the meantime, I probably have a new video up of VR gameplay, which really might be better for you to check the end result, what you can expect. Let's see what we will get once we follow the page. First of all, the Wabbajack Auto Installer, I would like to point out Wabbajack is a tool which automatically can download all the mods for you one by one, and more importantly, it will set up a mod organizer tool, a mod management tool, and with that it means you don't have to do this yourself anymore. So once the Wabbajack installer finishes, you can also add other mods on top of this or in between, whatever you like, because you have full control over your mod organizer too. Also, before you start and you would like to know what kind of mods are in this mod list, then you can simply go to the files section and you can download this list from the miscellaneous files mod list and load order. And it's an Excel file with the load order, the mod list, and also the mod file names, which sometimes can really help if you just want to check a couple of things. So here we can find that. For the first time I decided it might be easier than instead of posting it on Discord to just post it here on Nexus Mods. So this is important. Keep in mind, you have full control over your Skyrim VR modded setup. Once it finishes, you have a fully set up mod organizer tool with all my ini tweaks and all. But feel free to add any mod, any tweak, any change. In example, if you want to change body types, you can reinstall mods. You have full control. So let's see, what else do we find here? Here we already start with the installation and the requirements. So there are two important things from the requirements, or at least two important things from this mod list. First one is that I would really recommend to have a Nexus premium account. And it doesn't have to cost the world, you can like subscribe 1 month and it's, I don't know, 3-4 euros or something. And from there it will be fully automatic when it comes to downloading with Wabbajack. Because else if you just have a regular non-premium Nexus mods account, you can still use this mod list, but for every mod you have to manually download it, or at least manually accept per mod that you want to download it. So that takes way longer, and if you just have a Nexus Premium, you can set up the installation, and once it's running, you can grab a cup of coffee, do something else, and once you come back, it's finished. Once you've done that, there are like 3-4 mods which need to be done manually, because either Wabbajack could not compile these for me, or they're not just compatible with it. So that will take you maybe 5 minutes, and then you're really, really good to go. So that's the first important thing. Have a Nexus Mods Premium account. And the next one is that you need a very high-end PC. Also, in general, VR is it's for very high-end PCs. It's always been, but this ModList also really adds on top of that, because also you want to have a high frame rate in your VR headset, and especially on a very high-end VR headset, it requires even more resources. But I think most of you guys will play on something like an HTC Vive Oculus Quest 2 with the link cable, I think. I'm playing an Oculus Rift S, so it's a medium to high-end headset, somewhat in between there. It works fine, you know, it has inside-out tracking, and like most headsets nowadays have, so you don't need those annoying base stations set up in your room. And you know, if you can't be bothered with the Facebook account, then it's no option, but if you don't really care, Oculus Rift S or Oculus Quest 2 with a link cable, really for $300 or something, it's a very good deal, especially if you can get one secondhand for $200. It's fantastic. So I'm using an RTX 3080, and I can crank up all the settings for my Oculus Rift S, which runs, I think, 70 or 80 FPS, and that's for the fluent real-life movement you want to have. So if you have, like, I don't know, a GTX 1060 or 1070, please don't do this, because you know you really don't want to have this with that low FPS. Maybe that can work on a regular version for Skyrim Anniversary Edition, Special Edition, but VR, please upgrade your hardware before you're going to start with this. Then it seems we will start with the real preparation for Skyrim VR. And let's see, is there anything else which is important? For the rest, yeah, it's just following the instructions, which we're going to do in the second part. Again, Wabbajack will auto-install most of the mods, like 89% or something, and then we have these couple of manual mods which don't really either compile well, or which I prefer to do it manually, and it will take 5 minutes, and then we will sort some of the plugins, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you want to read everything carefully, sure, please feel free to do that on the Nexus mod page before you're going to install everything. And again, if you would like to check out which mods we're actually going to install with the Wabbajack auto installer, go to Files, go here to ModList and Load Order. And then, I would say I'll see you in the second video, where we are only going to handle installation instructions to make sure to speed up the process and do not take that much time from you with the long videos we used to have in the past. So this, again, was the introduction video. The next video is really only the installation instructions.